sometimes you have to steal like an artist. And you know what? You just never know who's watching in the midst of a theft. You never know who's watching, y'all. So shout out to Chris Meets Chris. Hold on a second. I don't have a beanie, but I do have, hold on, forgive me. We're gonna do this like unedited because I am gonna be late for work, but I do have sunglasses. But yes, shout outs to Chris Meets Chris. I didn't expect him to actually be in the comments of one of my videos, which is crazy. He has a really dope community of, like-minded individuals who utilize the action series cameras, the Insta cameras, and it's so ironic. You don't know how small this freaking world is when it comes to YouTube. YouTube is like, their algorithm is just insane. Like I've literally have said to myself at this point, YouTube, you could literally bump into somebody on YouTube like you're in downtown Times Square, like it's nothing. But nonetheless, you never know. You never know. You never know. Yesterday when I was leaving work and I commented this, and I pinned the comment because I was like, I never expected in a million years to have someone this great in my, I'm a small guy, but anyway, you'd have to create like you never know who's watching. And still laughing about this, but you just have to just be willing to just continue to create. He does great DJI, action series camera videos. I was doing a live stream a while ago where I saw one of my subscribers mention, you gotta one day check Chris Meets Chris, and another YouTuber, I think his name was Louis Hermosillo. And this weekend I spent like I'm not gonna lie, I binge watched all their content. They are great content creators. I'm looking at their content. I'm like, it's so funny. I really have been enjoying these cameras. So finding their channels have been a godsend because I've gained so many, like ideas and just perspective. And it's like, what I really liked about their channels, their videos are not over edited. And I talked about this recently, that we gotta just sometimes just go after it the way it is. Like, for instance, I gotta get to work and I wanna make sure I get this video out, but I don't have time to sit down at my desk and, drop things in the top. I don't have time for that. I'm actually probably running late as we speak, but I wanted to create this video to just tell y'all, you gotta create, every single day, even if it's a small 30-second video or a minute video, you don't have to post it, but create, man. It's these cameras, something this small can fit in my hand and allow me to record in 4K, connect it to my phone, upload it. And even if I did want to edit, the Mimo app is available. I'm still laughing. I literally saw the comment, parked the truck, and I was like, what? I'm like, no way, there's no way, there is no way. But I'm gonna tell y'all, continue to create, you just never know. You never know who's watching, and it's just gonna make things better for you when it comes to your other skills. One of my friends was talking to me and he was like, what's funny, Storm? He's like, you actually got better at public speaking. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like it's just, you get more comfortable at these like small skills that you do every day. And it's like, for instance, interviews and speaking in a public setting. And a lot of people, they'll see you like vlogging and stuff like that. For instance, this is one of the things that I was like, in January, I was scared to do. I was scared to just pull out a camera and vlog in public. And I'm looking back January to June, and I'm doing this. And seeing these content creators, these bigger content creators who have done it over and over, I'm looking at their library. They have a plethora of videos that they do and they create. And it's not something to, I guess you could say like it's not to say that they're flexing, but it's just they do it every single day, and they don't even bat an eye. They just look so comfortable. And I'm telling y'all, I'm all about camera gear and all that stuff, but I'm big on I'm trying to figure out which direction to go. It might be a little dark here. Let's take this ND off. Boom. That is the ND8, and this is it was super bright, but now we're dark. You know, that's what I like about these versus the DJI. DJI, I would have to fumble with my finger. The footage would have got all shaky, and I'd have been sitting here like, damn, I can't even use this footage now. But y'all, I really have gained some inspiration from these creators, because it's like, it's like every other day there's a video, every other day there's a video. They don't even take a break. They don't take a break, and they do it so comfortably. They're not like concerned about who sees or what's happening in the background. And that in the beginning, I was like, yo, I can't see myself doing that. I can't see myself doing it. But now I appreciate you guys and your content, because it makes someone who is almost like completely introverted. How does that look? No, we're gonna go without the indie. It makes somebody who is completely introverted kind of change their perspective and say, hey, listen, I could pull out an action camera anywhere and, just go after it. And it's really inspiring. Like I never would have thought, if y'all look back, I was, my first video, we did a live stream about that. My first video, I was like, oh, I was so scared. I was cursing. And sometimes I still, like, even yesterday's video, I was mad nervous, y'all, because you know what happens when you try to do things like off the cuff? At least with me, I start to think and doubt myself. I'll be like, this is not gonna be good, man. I don't know how it's gonna come out. I'm not sure if it's not, because now I kind of sit and I kind of take all the sometimes out, especially if I have, because a lot of times when I'm creating, I'll make videos and then I'll start saying to myself, yo, like, what about these and these ahs? Or let's say I have a lot of bloopers. I'll be honest, there's a lot of bloopers. A lot of times I'll be talking to the camera, like that one of my other videos I did last week. Man, I kept laughing. It took me almost, I would say an hour to do that, like 8 to 10 minute video, because I kept laughing at myself. But I'm telling y'all, if you're gonna create. And if you're gonna steal, you steal like an artist. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.